Ladies and gentlemen, it is exactly 8:30 p.m. East African time. Welcome to Afrique 24 channel, where we inform, educate, entertain, and do all that appertains to issues related to life and such. We have a new program in line, Bed of Roses, that will be airing each and every Friday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. This gives you information more about life, issues related to love, and matters that pertain to issues that affect and also infect the society at large. That is why, ladies and gentlemen, we want to welcome you on board as we sail through the love stories and ensure that all issues related to love, be it issues about dating nightmare and such, that is why we are here today. We will request you to subscribe, share, comment in all our social media platforms as we take us through this journey. And as usual, I'm not alone in this program. I am joined by beautiful panelists who will be my co-hosts for the night, who will be partaking and ensuring that issues related or as matters related to love are discerned in the right way. Remember, the topic today is the dating nightmare. I want to introduce the first panelist, my co-host, who is Maggie Nyox. Maggie, how are you? Good evening, good afternoon, good morning.
Good evening.
How are you doing?
I'm fine.
Maybe you can say hi to our viewers.
Hi, our viewers. Welcome on board. This is Afrique 24 YouTube channel. Kindly feel at home as we learn more about relationship and dating. Welcome.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. That is Maggie Nyox, who will be part and parcel of our panelists this beautiful evening. We also joined by Anne Wawero. Anne, how are you? Wonderful. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Remember to subscribe, talk to us into this bed of roses and the dating nightmare. And maybe we'll start with Nyox. There have been issues each and every day. The last few days we have seen in the news issues related to killings, A and B issues. Where have we gone wrong? Has dating become a nightmare? Was it supposed to be a nightmare or was it supposed to be a blessing?
Well, to me, I can say it has become a nightmare nowadays because I think people are not patient when it comes to relationships. So they find themselves learning mambo ya haraka haraka. They want mambo ya haraka haraka, and that's why you see people ending up being killed, because they are not taking time to learn someone. To me, I can say it is a nightmare. Dating it a nightmare nowadays. It is not something that people are happy about that much. It is a nightmare to me. Yeah, that's my views.
Yes, it has become a nightmare because if we compare notes and also maybe share a little bit what has been happening in the last few days, we have seen what is supposed to be love that is shared becoming a real issue, and whereby we have lost even lives and such. But maybe we can ask ourselves from the conventional perspective, when we used to today, all the way, the traditional way of dating, whereby we didn't have dating sites, we didn't
Yes.
have issues to do with maybe technology that has come on board. And from my own perspective, I can say that we have the dating that we have, the modern dating has significantly changed, whereby nowadays you don't need to know somebody initially or technically. You used to have somebody who you know for a very long time,
Mm-hmm.
trying to look for this person, trying to look where does this person come from, what are his virtues, Does he come from XYZ background? You do a background check. But nowadays unapata kuwa we just meet in a social media platform, we engage, we start
Yeah.
dating, we don't know each other. The next minute
Mm-hmm.
we are meeting somewhere, and it has become an issue. But I believe and trust that the modern generation, it's called generation what? Generation, the .com generation. They have a different perspective. I don't know if Anne, you are on board, and in terms of these engagements, where have we gone wrong in terms of the dating nightmare? Anne, and maybe as Anne prepares to come on board, Anne, Nyox,
Uh-huh.
should we go back to the old ways of dating, or should we go on with this issue of modern dating?
Okay. About I think the current one it's good, though it's somehow scaring. Nowadays, things have really gone. They are very different compared to the old days. Zamani I had when a man kijana akiona
Mhm,
msichana
mhm,
alikuwa naenda kwa the parents na anaenda
mhm,
kusema I'm interested with this girl. So what they used to
mhm,
do, I think they used to ni kama anaenda anatolewa mahali, and that is inakuwa ni already they start preparing how to get
mhm,
married.
mhm,
But
mhm,
nowadays it's not like that. People can meet online, they start even planning the date, they start planning mambo zao, alafu unfortunately what the person is expecting from ukichat na mtu, what you're expecting inakuwa it's not the way mukimit, it's not the way you are thinking that person is, so unajipata frustrated because watu wanaingianga kama ni online, unapata mtu ameupload different photo, lakini ukipatana na yeye akiwa real, you're being
mhm,
frustrated, you're being
mhm,
frustrated. And that's why mi naweza sema
mhm,
I just wish old days can be practiced. I
mhm,
just wish mambo ya zamani inaweza kuwa you go to
mhm.
your parents, mnasikizana na mwanaume alafu you just get married, to me, to my
And
views.
ukiguzia hiyo maneno ya you wish that we can go back to the old days.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at maybe the intention of dating.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it that we are dating, and for what purposes are we dating? Technically or initially, the
Mm-hmm.
man was taking a responsibility. The man was the lead. Kitambo, I think kupata dem who puts or else who pushes or who approaches a man was very rare. But siku hizi it's either way. Naweza kuingisha box, naweza kuona nikwambie uko fiti, you are looking good and such kind of things. And I
Mm-hmm.
believe that is also where we started looking at it from a different perspective. There is somebody called Turner who said in 2005 or 2003 that the main difference between the traditional dating and the modern dating is that the man has stopped taking the responsibility. The man is the lead. The man is the one who is supposed to show the way. But saizi, look at it the way it is. A man, hata unaweza ingishwa box na dem. If umeingishwa box na dem, will you lead or will you be led? Chances are utaambiwa tufanye hivi, tufanye hivi, tufanye hivi. And actually fundamentally, even if you look at the traditional home, the man was taking control. The man was the one who was saying, this is the way it's going to be. This is the way we are going to project. But that one has changed. Two, you look at the motive of dating. Why is it that people are dating? Why are we coming on board to date? Ukiangalia relationships nyingi siku hizi, you remove two things na hakuna kitu imebaki.
Mm.
Issues ya sex na issues ya drugs. Unapata tu wase they cannot do anything else, they just meet, nothing else. Tupatane, tunapigana simu jioni, we want to call each other in the evening, where are you, can I meet you, we go, we take 1 2 3 for the road, and after that it is just sex. You put two people together, quite a number of them, you have those two issues, you remove them, there is no relationship. Are we heading the same direction? Are you also of the same idea ama yako ni tofauti kidogo?
Okay, to me I will concentrate with mambo yenye inafanyika saa hii. Unaona hii modern of slay queens and
Mhm.
the .com.
Mhm.
For them they say kuna slogan, mwanamume ni mfuko. That is the slogan they are using. So when okay, I will use the current situation in Kenya. Right
Mhm.
now we have economic crisis. Now maybe there is someone somewhere want to maybe to feed the kids. Now maybe he or she, I mean she is a single lady or a single mother. So ana ile option ya anything for money, and that's why nowadays unaona they can do anything just to feed their families. And ndio
Mhm.
maana unaona there is even these dating sites, they just go to Google na wana Google kama Tinder, wanaingia huko wanatafuta wazungu wenye wako na pesa, and that they start chatting, they are chatting online, alafu wana plan kupatana physically, then wakipatana they will just do, sex will be like, hiyo ndo itakuwa kifaa. When they sleep together they get money, they have quench, satisfy their families, because anything for money. And that's why you see even they are dating and they are having young ladies from 20 to 30 all above, especially the young girls who are in school. Some of them are getting pregnant because they have been promised that they will be given money, na wanataka ile life ya crassy life, and that's why they will do anything for money, Ndo maana unaona mtu ako na nywele ya 70k na ni mtoto wa shule. Wakifunga shule ako na nywele ya 70k, whereas for us who are working, we cannot even afford that. Why? Because aliona mtu a sponsor, wanasema afadhali mbabas nowadays. So they will
Mhm.
opt to go to that mbabas to get that 70k or to get less than 70k for them to satisfy themselves. So I think sai things are totally different. Things are totally different because you will find unaona hii Tinder thing, and kuna apps nyingi sana 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 za online.
Mhm.
So you just aujipei time, you not giving yourself time to run that person. So you'll just go like that, unaenda tu hivyo just because you want to satisfy yourself, you want money and all that. Na ndo maana unaona when some of these people met online alafu wapatane physical, some of them they even have heart attacks na wengine wanakufa because what they were expecting it totally different. Yeah, someone is asking me stray queen ni nani na nani nyoks.
Somebody anauliza slay queens ni nani na nani nyoka. Hebu jibu hiyo.
Okay, to slay queen, sasa nitasema aje, tule today tule today sasa nitasema aje, to slay queen, yani even the kuongea wanaongea like slay queen, even
Mhm.
how they are wearing and
Madem,
their clothes and
madem
even
wenye.
the whatever madem wana tula
Mhm.
today tunaongeanga uto tunaitwa to slay queen, unaona
Nakucha
uto.
hivi. Mhm. So I think I echo those sentiments na ni ukweli, and also we bring on the aspect of maybe what we call the peer influence in terms of dating, whereby tuna date, but I also want to look at my next neighbor or mtu mwenye tuko na yeye ana date in
Okay.
which perspective. For example, kama mimi tuseme at my age or something of that sort, if na treat demu wangu in a certain way na niko na beshte yangu ama beshte yake ako hapo na anaona vile namtreat, I will definitely try to influence how this dating comes on board. So kitu cha kwanza inakuwa dating yetu is not inborn. Dating yetu haijatoka from the heart. It is the situation. It is whatever I want. It is cosmetic. In short, nataka kufixiwa, or else I want a relationship that can fix the way I am. And that's why in the issue of the modern dating, issues as situationships zina come on board, whereby I just want to be in this relationship because it is sweet where I am. Mimi kukudate, for example, Nyox, this is for an example. If nakudate, naanza kuangalia kitu cha kwanza, what is it that you are bringing on board, eh? Which is
Exactly.
this position that we bring ourselves into. If tuko place moja, tunaishi place moja na tumejipata tu pale, tunasema well, we can fix ourselves into this to date ama tukae pamoja or something of that sort. So kuna watu wengi in the modern world wamejipata into relationships zenye zimeletwa na hiyo situation. So unlike the fundamental aspect of ile ya kitambo, whereby people used to do a lot of background check, homework, and somebody has committed and said by the zile traditional ways za kuangalia mtu, kutafuta mtu, tabia, hulka, kuangalia mtu, how one behaves or something of that sort, those days are long gone. But at the end of the day, for how long are we going to allow dating to be a nightmare? Anne?
Yes, I'm back. I'm so sorry, guys. I had issues with my microphone.
No
I had to
worries.
change devices. Where are we?
Tuko bado kwa hii
Drag me
nightmare.
in. Nightmare.
Yes. Na tunauliza
Mhm.
tukiendelea, what is your angle as much as we come to the other aspects from the traditional way to the modern way of dating? Where have we
Yeah.
gone wrong?
I think like nowadays people are meeting online. This person you don't know anything about them. You are just meeting them for the very first time. And then as we have heard these stories that have been on the headlines, mnaenda Airbnb. Huyo mtu mjui, you don't even know how kama wanachizingi or there's something wrong with their anything, and then you just go. People have really changed, especially the Gen Z. And it's quite unfortunate because people are no longer meeting the way we used to meet not so long ago. How people used to meet in maybe church or clubs or some other places. So I think we are heading in the wrong direction if we continue like that. But another thing, the world has become a global village. So people are still meeting people from different continents online. I don't know what we need to do to really move from this nightmare, because we can't stop this. This is how things will continue going. Like not even the killings, but people meeting virtually. Because I could be living here. I'm going to work every morning. I'm very busy. I don't have time to go and hang out with my age mates. So what do? I log into an app. One, Jesse, Tinder. There's others. I don't know the rest. And then you join into an app, and then you meet someone. So tell me how we are going to escape all these things, because you are meeting people that you don't know. Kitambo, people used to meet people that ni mtu ni neighbor wako wa ushago or something, or you grew up together, you went to school together, so mnajuana. But nowadays, unapata mtu hata hujui anything about them. They might tell you hata nilienda shule, and maybe they have not even been to school. They might tell you, oh, I go to church, and they don't go to church. I don't know if you're getting me, Maggie. Can you hear me, Maggie?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Yeah. So it's hard for us to escape the nightmare as it is right now, how things are heading. We are heading to the wrong direction. We are heading in the wrong direction, and I don't know how we can change this. But we are still hopeful there is true love. We are hopeful that we will still have marriages that last. And because marriage is one of the things, as an African community, we really hope that people are together, a man and a woman. I know if I start talking about that, I'm a bit controversial with the ongoing things that are going on in terms of relationships. But if we go the way we are heading, I think we are really heading to very bad times. And the dating will continue being a nightmare.
True.
Mm,
So, if I ask you a
yeah.
question now, do you
Mhm.
think nowadays true love really exists?
Yeah. I believe in true love. I believe There are still people out here looking for somebody they can love genuinely and have a family with them. But on the other hand, there are people who are just there to have a good time.
You
People,
know,
especially, yeah, yes,
there are people, kuna watu
mm-hmm.
wezi sikiza that true love exists just
Yeah,
because he or she alihatiwa. When it comes to mambo na relationship, there are those
mm-hmm.
people who got hati yao kuwa very light, they give in
Mm-hmm.
very quickly, and there are those
Mm-hmm.
people when they love fully, they don't know how kubahatisha.
Yeah, yeah,
So when you hear people talking about relationship na venye walifanyiwa in a relationship, some of
mm-hmm.
them when you hear their story they are very sad.
Yeah,
Some of them wanna give in like as if there is no tomorrow. When they commit
mm-hmm.
themselves, they commit themselves fully to the relationship
Fully, yeah,
because they know
true.
this someone huyu mtu.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's like they are laying the foundation of their marriage,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why ukiona watu people testifying out there wanasema I will never get married because mtu fulani alini hurt, so
Yeah,
I'm fearing to start another relationship. How is
yeah,
that?
yeah,
Because
because,
how can
mm-hmm.
you tell that someone who is there, who is almost
Mm-hmm.
giving up, na anasema mimi I will never date, I will never get married because
Yeah,
there are guys who have really frustrated me and they have broken my heart. So,
mm-hmm.
and you know kuna watu wanasemanga for me for me to be in a relationship, I need to be assured that this person tukianzana na yeye hatutaachana kesho.
Ai, who has that assurance? No
Something
one. Hakuna mtu anaweza kuambia ati ai, hakuna. One thing people forget nowadays is that
Mhm,
a relationship is work. You can't just sit there pretty. You can't be there and just there sitting pretty. You have to work. And it's not work like going to work, but you have to be very intentional. Intentionality is very important in a relationship because kama mmeambiana mna meet leo, you're meeting today
mhm,
for a cup of coffee. See, you will not start saying sina fare.
mhm. Yeah,
You will not start
utumiwe
saying
fair.
hautaanza kusema utumiwe fare because you're also in the relationship. So you will show up for the coffee. And maybe you might share the bill because we are having hard economical times. Mm?
Mhm,
So yeah, so it's a very intentional journey. And if you don't want to be in such a journey intentionally, I don't think dating is for you because every day is work. And there is no relationship that is perfect. Let me tell you the truth. There is none. There is
okay,
none that is
kuna
perfect.
kuna kuna this group inasema kama utumi fair sikuji. So
Uh-huh.
na wengine
But,
wanasemanga
mhm.
nipatie ati tumia fare yako, ukikuja nitakurudishia.
Uh-huh. Wanarudishanga.
Ai, hapana.
So in the first place, if you had the money, why were you asking kutumiwa fare? Hata mimi siwezi kurudishia.
Abu nikuulize, okay, I
Yes.
have another question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when someone is in a relationship with a man,
Yeah.
akona hopes mingi. I mean like 85% akon 85% akona hopes
Mm-hmm.
that this person we
Atamuoa.
will
Mm.
atamuoa.
Yes.
Unfortunately, anajipata like this person I had given it my all, anatoa finances. Kuna wenye
Yeah.
wakienda kwa mother in law wanaenda na shopping to win the heart of this guy, eh?
Ati? Wait, I didn't hear you. Who is going with the shopping?
See the woman, see the girl, the bride to be. Kuna
Okay.
hawa watu wanakuanga so committed to a guy such
Mm-hmm.
that hata akienda kuintroduciwa kwa familia ya kijana ataenda na
Mm-hmm.
shopping nono, for her to be
Hapo ndio makosa
accepted,
iko. Hapo ndio makosa iko. Hapo ndio makosa iko because the reason I'm saying that in our African setting, siwezi kuja kutembelea mikono tupu. Hapo ni ukweli. But if
Yeah, true.
my intention is I'm going with these things because I want this guy anipende zaidi, hata kupenda atakutumia tu because anaona huyu anajipeana tu, anakuja na vitu kwetu, anafanya. So unless you guys have agreed, I don't see why hiyo ni kujiforce. You are really forcing things. As much as you love someone, I think things should just flow naturally.
Kuna hapa siku hizi kuna hii song inasema huu mwaka lazima tufosi, and that's why you see and that's why you see
Hii mwaka ni kuforce mambo.
and that's why you see people nowadays they are learning to dating sites up.
Yeah.
Kwa sababu wanasema kama nimekosa mtu wa kunioa, so the last option I can learn to is dating site.
Yeah, sure.
And that's why you see majority of ladies are singles out here. If you can bear with me. And that's why wanafikanga age fulani wanapata now I'm 32, I'm 33, I'm 35. Yani there is no one who even approaching me. Sasa unaona anasema the only hope that I have is to go to type that Tinder, to type that bubu sijui inaitwa nini, ni mob. Ataenda tu akipata mtu na hajamjua vizuri, akipata tu mtu just ameandika hapo, na mwingine hata ako na familia. Like for example this lady maliwawa hapa, let me give an example because hii ni kitu imekuwa ikihappen, ninaendelea. So, you see this person, I think they met online na wakati ulifika wa ku meet physically, so they had to take a room. Na maybe for example ni kama Kenya
basi inaenda mbio. Sila basi inaenda mbio, mnapatana na mtu na mnaenda room.
I'm telling you ni ile money talks, money talks. They can do anything for money. You want to look like mi nataka kukaa kama hiyo wig yenye anavaa lazima nikuje na yeye, lazima
I understand the societal pressure. Yeah, societal pressure. Sure.
I will just go and use the opportunity I get. I will just use an offer, anything for money nowadays anything for money. And that's why you see kuna cases mob sana watu wanauawa, kuna cases mob because huyu mtu anasema si tumemalizana, ulikuwa unataka pesa na utazitumia.
Na ndio hiyo pesa
they end up killing. Mara ya kwanza first of I think saa hii modern dating imekuwa nightmare. It is sijui kama it is a demonic, I don't know how I can put it.
True, it's really turning out to be very bad. But I don't know how we continue from here. I don't know, as I was saying, it's very hard to navigate dating nowadays. Because people have changed how they viewed dating. They have changed how they viewed even societal, what is the word? Our African, how we grew up, it's no longer there. Nobody cares. Hata mtu wake unaweza pata hata na mtu na anachapwa na bibi yake or something is happening to them and people no longer care.
Yes, na akirudi kwao anaambiwa where you got married, we don't have your bed, can you go back to your
we don't have your bed,
and then muombe and then muombe ndoa yenu. And in fact, by the way, things have really totally changed. Even the parents, we thought they can embrace us when we are being chased away. They're the one who are pushing us away. And that way unaona mademu wengine, they will just end up taking any offer. Karibu sana Jeff.
Yes, how are you, Nyox?
I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm enjoying the show. That's a very interesting debate there. I was just listening and following on the background there, and I said, wow, I think maybe I can have something to say. I don't know where the MC went, and we were enjoying the topic. Generally, love or relationship is supposed to be enjoyable.
Exactly.
By nature, people are supposed to, to love one another, to enjoy. It's supposed to be something very sweet. but it is how we take it. It's how we take it. It makes everything become very, very bitter. Sometimes, instead of being sweet, instead of us enjoying the relationship, it has turned to be something else that
Mm,
uh, is not what was meant to be. So you realize that something that people were supposed to be enjoying, that people were supposed to, to have that union, that unity, that love is no longer there. As you are talking about even the social media where people meet on
mm,
Facebook, people
mhm,
meet on these social platforms, and then things go wrong. For me, I say this: it is
mm,
not bad for for us to meet on anywhere we can meet. Is even the Bible does not stipulate where we should meet. We can meet anywhere. I can meet anybody on the Facebook, or you can meet your boyfriend on the Facebook. But now the problem is the process. We meet
mm.
today. People want to meet today, and tomorrow you meet on Facebook
They
today.
want to say yes, I do.
Tomorrow you're on bed.
Mm,
The speed at which we are moving is threatening.
exactly. Mm,
I don't know whether it's because of self control, but what I can tell people, the moment you get somebody, especially on Facebook or any social media, maybe TikTok, and
mm,
those platforms, take your time. Know this person, you know. And when we talk of the old days, what people used to do is to take time.
mm.
So the problem is time. People don't want to take time to study one another. Because if I meet today with you and the same week we are on bed, you will even sleep with the devil himself. And
That's true. Yes.
not only men, not only ladies who are threatened, even men. Everybody should be careful. How do you just go with a stranger on bed? You are supposed to take your time. How do you even enjoy? Some people meet today and they have sex
Well,
today.
well, Mr.
It
Moro,
used to be
can I add
like
a point there? There
that.
is this point umesema,
Mhm.
there is this point umesema watu wanapatana Facebook, alafu within a week ama few days wanaenda kwa kitanda, right?
Na
Okay,
unapeana hiyo kitu bio
some of
bio.
these people, they are not doing that because they want. Maybe some of them, they are under pressure. Huh? Some of them, they are under pressure. When they recognize their spouse are cheating, the next step what they will do, wataenda
Jokes.
kufanya hivyo for them to
What pressure will
wafilishe the
force
spouse.
you? What kind of force? What kind of pressure will force you to go and sleep
Pressure,
with a
wewe,
stranger?
kuna pressure kana kujanga, una feel like unataka tu kufilisha.
Now, uh, yeah, it's for me. I would say it's very crazy. It's very crazy nowadays that people are
They,
not taking time. People are supposed to take your time. Don't be in a hurry. During our days, let me just
mm,
take myself as people of the old days. During our days, even to see a thigh of a woman, it was a big deal. Anything above the knees. But today, we see everything on TikTok, everything on Facebook.
yeah,
People
yeah.
have
Ati
exposed everything.
wanasema mapema ndio best. There is a
So
slogan, wanasema mapema
even
ndio
when
best.
we are going on the bed, there is nothing new I'm expecting. I have seen everything. Ah, it is it is supposed to be something unique, but nowadays I don't know how I can explain that the modern dating is chaotic. The modern dating is disorganized. The modern dating is not serious because we meet today, like we say, is a come, is a go. We meet today, we get married the same month, then after 1 year, we are done.
Yes, and that's why unaona watu wengi
You know?
wanauawa. We have a lot
Now,
of cases. a lot of cases. There was a clip. There was a clip I came across that was saying msichana alikuwa na cheat boyfriend yake wakiwa on a relationship, and when the boyfriend knew that, alimpangia an out. Ilikuwa ya usiku, alimpangia ya usiku. So because the girl really knew that huyu ni wa nywele, huyu mwingine ni wa kiatu na nguo, so alikuwa na wacheza wakiwa wawili, but the man akajua. So venye alimpangia hiyo date, walienda and they had to spend the night. Unfortunately, juu ya machungu yenye huyo mwanamume alikuwa nayo, he had kumuua. Because
What?
alisema it's either you cannot waste all my time, 4 years of dating. So that one, it lays another question to you, Boro. How long should people date to avoid this whatever?
I don't know
No,
if I can add to that.
you see
Boro,
how I can. Yes.
before you answer our question, I'm sorry I keep getting kicked off the
You're
show.
good.
There are people who pay their girlfriends school fees. I don't know if you guys have heard of that. They pay
Yes.
the school fees. They're not married. Anamlipia shule kutoka maybe mpaka high school. Walianzana wakiwa sijui alikuwa anatupesa, anamlipia mpaka university. And then huyo dem akimaliza shule anaona umse, he's not my type. I have to get somebody my type. Now I'm learned. I think I can get somebody better. What do you think of that? Because that is part of the dating that is happening nowadays.
Okay, for me, I would say that is wickedness of the highest order. Number one, that's wickedness. How can you? It's evil.
Yeah.
There is sin, there is wickedness, and there is evil.
Yeah, sure.
Because there is what we call the theory of reciprocity.
Yeah.
Reciprocity is where I reciprocate the good things that you do for me.
Yeah.
You see? Now, if we have decided that, Annie, you are my girlfriend, and because you are mine, I am going to give my best. One,
To
I
invest.
want to improve your standard. I am going to invest in you that you may become a better person for us, And the example you have given, I saw it with a very close friend of mine in Uganda.
What?
He paid university fee, Makerere University, for 4 good years, a lot of money. And now when he was expecting that, oh, my woman now is finishing campus, we get married, he only realized she has been in campus with another guy, and
Yes.
Yeah.
no?
That is wickedness.
Don't do
I
that.
concur with you. That is wickedness.
Don't do that. If you don't love somebody, don't
You
take his
tell
money.
them. Exactly.
Don't take his. Don't take.
Lakini siku hizi
Unless we have agreed, there is an instance where I can decide, okay, maybe I have money, I can pay for you voluntarily with no strings attached. But if we have agreement that you are mine, don't try to break that agreement because it is evil. And that is how people are meeting early death. Because some people, when they become stressed up, they become depressed, they lose the common sense and they can do anything.
Yeah,
so
true. That's why we are seeing so many killings. Yeah.
Because when
people are bitter. Yes? People are bitter. Because if you do somebody, you are inside that relationship with the whole heart and you're investing in it because you love that person, and then they end up doing something bad for you.
Women eat our money. They eat seriously. So they don't expect to
hapana, kuna hii mapema ndio best. Hapana, there is this. You cannot tell me. Tell me why.
You should have read it.
Wait, let's read this comment. There is a comment here saying if you pay school fees for your girlfriend, you're a parent, not a boyfriend. yeah, you automatically become their parent.
You see,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anita,
You're,
this is what happens. If you love someone, you can do
mhm.
anything for that
Yeah.
person.
Yeah. True.
And I know of someone
Mm-hmm.
who supported the husband here in America.
Mm.
She was doing well, and now they got married, and the husband was not even having a good job. She
Mm-hmm.
decided, I am going to support my husband, and the husband went back to school, and
Mm-hmm.
she paid school fees for him. It doesn't
Mm-hmm.
mean it's just a man who can do that. Even a good
Yeah.
woman can
Yeah.
support,
Even women do that. Stop saying
because
just a
But
good,
siku
not just
anasema
good women. Even women do that.
Mhm.
yes,
And
siku
that's
anasema
so
Yeah.
yes.
pesa za mwanaume ni zetu, pesa za pesa za
Yako ni
Na
yetu.
mwanamke ni zake,
yake ni
na
yake. That is a
mwanaume ni
slogan.
zetu.
Again,
That's
again,
not fair.
again.
That's not fair.
Let me tell you one thing. Let me tell you one thing, Boru. Let me tell you one thing. Tell me why
Uh-huh.
you will come to tell me that una earn a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
The company you are working, you are a cashier there.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are you expecting from me? Since I'm your girlfriend, what are you expecting from me? Of course, I'm expecting you to give money. I'm
You
expecting
see,
me.
this is,
Simnaambianga kuna tule tu vibes twa kurusha madem box. Ani sina
but you
acha
see,
kuna
Ah, Maggie.
tule
Uh-huh.
tu maneno twa kutoa nyoka pangoni.
you see the way men are created.
You will come,
Mm-hmm.
oh, you will come to tell a lady, wewe babe usijali nitakununulia jet. Hata kwenyu
The
nitakupeleka
only
na
thing,
jet kwenda Rorashio.
the only
Alafu
thing,
huyo
Maggie, you
mrembo,
should know. Uh-huh.
uh-huh.
The
Alafu huyo
only thing
mrembo,
yenye nimeona. Yes. Sorry. Yes.
alafu huyo mrembo
Uh-huh.
ikifikia ni wakati wa kwenda kwa Rorashio, anapata hata zile expectations umempatia zina fail. What do you expect from that girl? Na ulikuwa umemweka a crazy life, when they
You
were dating,
see,
umemweka kwa crazy life. What do you expect that girl?
you
You know,
see,
hatataka marafiki zake waone life yake imeenda down, and that's why atarush kwa mtandao. Si kuna dating site, si kuna wazungu wanakwanga Mombasa. I will go to Mombasa and take one mzungu, because, and still I will have you as my boyfriend or as
you
my wife,
see,
as my husband.
Mm-hmm. But
and
that
and
shows.
now,
That
and
shows,
now,
Maggie. That shows.
mm,
That shows that that relationship they have become money oriented. If you don't have money, you can't date.
and
Si
that
ndivyo
this is what I
tunaona.
tell people,
Your best.
Yeah.
Anita.
Money
Yeah.
This is what I tell
Mm-hmm.
people. If it is money you are looking for,
Mm.
it is not a husband that you need. You need to look for a
It's a
job
job.
or a business.
Hapana, there is this point. Kwa
Okay?
nini? Okay, for example,
But
for
if
example,
it's a
sasa hii
husband
venye
you are looking
kumetembea,
for,
things
You
that
need
are
a
going
job.
on nowadays,
you
hawa watu
need a job.
wanauawa kwa nini? Hapana,
Yes.
hawa watu wanauawa kwa nini? Kwa sababu they are
That-
learning
Poverty.
after
Yeah.
money. Is that the truth?
Fine.
They're
That
learning
is
after
poverty
money.
eradication. That is not a marriage.
you see,
Mm-hmm.
exactly. So people get married or they get boyfriends for the wrong reason.
Yeah.
But if you enter in a relationship because you love somebody, you'll be in a position to persevere. You'll be in a position to support that person. You'll be in a position to encourage that person when he's down.
Mm-hmm.
You become part and parcel of the life of that person. You become one.
Mm-hmm.
But today, our relationships, people are never one. They are two because of the motives. The motive which brought you to me is different from maybe what I was expecting marriage should look like or relationship
Mm-hmm.
should. But if our motives, our reasons for coming together are right, we're gonna stay together. We're gonna enjoy life because it is not about money. We have seen people who are very poor, but they have beautiful life. We have seen people with a lot of money, but they have terrible life. Why? Motives. Why are you together? So if you are not to enjoy, you cannot enjoy if I am moving this direction
I
and you're my sweetheart, but you're moving the other direction. We should be on the same path.
I think there is another issue we have, Jeff. I might support you as your wife. I support you when you are struggling. I support everything that you're doing. And then Now, once you get the money, you realize I'm not your type anymore. So you start looking for other ladies. That's why women are saying I'm no longer going to be an understanding wife. I'm not going to be an understanding girlfriend. I'm going for his money bag. I'm here for the money, because they're no longer
Exactly.
even
Yeah.
trustworthy. Men are no longer trustworthy. I have
Yeah,
heard from so many people. Yeah. What
I
do you
didn't
think
finish.
about that?
I didn't finish an example. MC, because you keep on disappearing. Can you say something?
Before
I
you
don't know
disappear.
why you're running away.
He's disappearing like
Niliona, I saw a question,
Uh-huh.
who is a slay king, and that is why I ran away.
I thought about it.
Yes, but I think fundamentally, for me, I'll say
Yes.
this, that to me lose meaning ya when I'm looking for, or wakati uko na mimi, it is for convenience purposes. That is what we call now the
Exactly.
modern kind of dating. Niko na wewe kwa
Yeah.
sababu niko na kakitu, and exactly at that time when kakitu kanaisha kwa mfuko, I become pauper, I don't have anything, then at the end of the day it
Yeah.
becomes the departure of the dating game that we are in, and that means I
Yeah.
can move on to the second person, the third person, the
To the
fourth
next.
person, the fifth person,
Mm,
and that is why actually unapata wasee wanauana kwa sababu unapata it becomes a chain of love,
Yeah.
whereby I've been in this relationship, I've been also with this person, and it becomes hatred. Maybe you may not know. Hata easy A, B and B easy, watu wanauana, you may find that somebody, it was not just killing. There was a motive that has been inhibited in that person. Ni kitu imegrow
Exactly.
that huyu dem
Mm.
nilimtoa pahali. There is a case whereby, a case example, yeah, of a certain lady who was educated, completely educated in one of the universities around. I'll not say where.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
And
Please don't.
the the guy the guy contributed everything to this lady's
Mhm.
education. Akamlipia
Yeah.
kila kitu. But during the graduation day, this guy was not invited, but he knew there was going to be a graduation. So what happened is the guy just
Sugar.
popped in. Alipo pop in, alipata mdem akona sponsor, and dem akamwambia, sasa pesa yako ilikuwa ngapi nikurudishie saa hizi? Imagine
Oh.
such kind of a situation, and whereby
Savage.
we are in a world whereby the mental issues are so major. Huyo mtu the next thing atafanya ni kuchukua hatua, yani ni invest, alafu I see my person going away with somebody else, never. So such kind of things I think zimechangia hii dating dilemma, whereby we
But
date because of convenience
of
purpose.
intentions. But one thing
Yeah,
we should be
exactly.
clear here is that we condemn the killings. There is no one who is supposed to kill anyone just because of
Exactly.
money.
Just because of
We
love.
condemn, yeah.
Yeah, I,
But before we get there,
I agree.
before we get there, we should avoid all these other things. And our director is saying we need to pay some bills, and then we come back in a few and take a sip of water. Fundi wa mitambo.
Join us every Friday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. for a captivating journey into the world of love, relationships, and romance. Presented by the dynamic trio Maggie Knox, MC Jesse, and Annie Oweru, Bed of Roses. Promises to be your weekly dose of heartwarming stories, insightful discussions, and expert advice on matters of the heart. Whether you're single, in a relationship, or simply love a good love story, this is the show for you. Don't miss out on the chance to unwind and indulge in the joys and challenges of love, all brought to you by our talented hosts. Tune into Africa 24 every Friday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. and let us guide you through the enchanting world of Bed of Roses. Subscribe now and mark your calendars. You don't want to miss this. See you there.
We are back. Frida is saying hello. Hi, Frida Horeithi. Maybe you can also give us your input on what you think about relationships. Maybe you can pick a few questions on the comment section. Can you see any of the questions
Yeah,
and comment?
as you check that, I just wanted to revisit what I was saying, that there is this guy who was supported by the wife. He got educated and he got a very nice job. And after that, he supported the wife, and the wife went back to school. And they're living a very good life. So that's how it's supposed to be. And the other thing, let people not be so much money minded. You know, value a human being, value a person, have some values, value yourself. As MC just said here, that people are sleeping with so many people. That's why people don't have boards. People don't have attachments because you don't value what you have. So
Yeah.
if you have given to 30 people, then you get married. You won't be surprised that if you are that such kind of a person and you are my wife, even if I leave, you won't even cry. You won't even feel it.
Ai,
I'm telling you the
hapana.
truth. Yeah.
No.
Unaweza
I
unaweza kuwa
support
na
that.
watu wengi hata
Gangster.
ukiachwa
That's
hiyo
what
No,
vilio.
no.
It's
we
not a
are
big
supposed
deal.
to cry.
Umezoea.
Gangster vibes.
Hey, no, no.
It is
So I'm
true.
supposed to be jumping and laughing all over because you've done.
Kwa sababu
Uh-huh.
hakuna attachment. Umezoea kuachwa mpaka ukiachwa huwezi lia.
Ati, ai, hapana. So you mean
Umeng'ang'ana hapo unadhani uko na wife.
unaniacha niteke? Ah, hapana. That one is a no. Do you think I
What
would
are you
be
saying?
happy
Can
when I
you
Of course
sleep
hear
I
with
what
do
another
not.
Maggie?
woman? Let's
Maggie is retaliating. Let us hear what she is saying. What are you saying, Maggie?
no, I'm saying
Yes.
you mean, huh? You mean
Mhm.
a grown up person ati ukimwacha
Yes.
ati anacheka. Unamwacha kwa sababu kuna
Yani
ai, no,
inakuwa
no, that's
hajafeel kitu, amezoea kuachwa na kuachana.
so in other words you're saying when
Jeff,
nikikupata na mwanamke mwingine I'm supposed to be laughing as well, huh? Because nimezoea
No.
kuachwa.
unaoga na unarudi soko.
Na kurudi
Kabisa.
soko. Exactly.
Alafu
That is the
tena
modern,
okay,
that is the
nowadays
modern
hebu imagine
dating. Ati
siku hizi
nikaoga na
unaona
nirudi
wanaume
soko.
unaona wanaume wakiona okay when a dem akioga arudi soko they will become jealous kwa sababu hawataki kuona another family ikiwa happy, so unaona hawataki
And
kukubali wameachwa.
I think maybe hapo ndipo issues huanzia, because if at all umeniacha badala nirudi soko, look at the kababa kamama generation that we are having, whereby sina ile stamina ama I cannot be able to sustain stress, I cannot be able to articulate, because fundamentally this relationship that I have been in is based on cosmetics. Sasa umeniacha, nione mwingine ukimshukisha na hiyo gari yako, umeniacha, I see somebody else doing it. So it can never happen.
Gari yetu.
Nowadays there is no okay. Ni kuoga na kurudi soko, a better soko that you'll be looking for, otherwise it is chaotic.
Yeah, and that's why people don't know these things are emotional. Innocent people and good people, they meet criminals, they meet crooked people.
Yeah.
You find that a very innocent girl has gotten somebody who is used to women. And now she thinks, oh, I have gotten a husband. Kumbe wewe uko na criminal kwa nyumba. Amezoea kulala na wasichana na kuacha. In the same context, unakuta ya kwamba mwanaume innocent huwa anakutana na kidem kiradical.
But this people used to say
Let me show you.
used to say
Let me show you another
money can't
perspective.
buy love.
Let
They
me show
used
you.
to say money cannot buy
Yes.
love. But siku hizi money can buy love. You can agree
You know,
with me on this. They used to say money cannot buy love, but siku hizi the other way around. Money
yeah,
can
most
buy
people
love.
are together because of money. The moment money is gone, relationship is dead, which is wrong.
Wanaenda.
Wrong motive. I wanted to bring another
think-
perspective, another perspective in relationship today, because I interact with so many people in the kind of things I do, and I'm very close to both gender. Men, I'm very friendly to men. I'm very friendly to women. All people are able to tell me their stories, and I listen. I give people my ears to listen to them. I like guiding people. I like listening to people. So there is this friend of mine. I asked her, "How comes you are married and you have some other two boyfriends?" And she said, yeah, one is a husband. The other one is very good on bed. And yeah, in bed. And then the other one is what? Is very handsome.
You
So I
better.
like him, how he looks.
Hebu
So
angalia hiyo swali kwanza.
and how comes, I was asking her, how comes your husband does not realize that you are sleeping with these other two guys? He said, I play my games very well. There is no way he can know. Think of such a situation. Think of such a
I
situation.
think.
One person
I
married,
can.
but is a woman. Maybe you tell us about men. I know men are also womanizers, and we men by nature are polygamists. We're gonna go there. But this is a woman having three people, servicing all of them, and sometimes the same week.
Perfectly.
Perfectly. And the husband will not know.
So what do you think that
Huyo ako
person is
ndugu yake.
lacking? Because as much as we want to blame that person, what exactly triggers those things? You should ask
Is there
yourself that.
anything
Because
justifiable?
a normal person cannot just wake up one day and decide today I'm sleeping with 3 people or 2 people in a day. What is happening? There must be something. As much as we are condemning and saying that it's a big deal and something that is, and you just said that men are naturally polygamous.
Unless
do
they
you
are
know?
feeling God so much.
Yes, we have seen it
I'm
by
a man. Let me tell you, as much as I'm a pastor, let me tell you something about men. Men, the way they are created, and maybe MC will tell us, maybe otherwise, men, unless there is something that is obstructing them from going for that beautiful woman that they see, they will go for her. By nature, they are attracted by what they see. And that is why I normally tell women, when you are with your husband, dress well. Don't say nimeshafika. Now, oh, I'm already married, you dress the way you want. Ataanza kuona sasa mwenye amevalia vizuri kukuliko and such other kind of other things. So by nature, unless mtu anaogopa Mungu sana, anasema sitaenda kwa sababu ninaogopa Mungu ama nimeokoka, mwanaume wengi wao na ninajua ananisikiza, wengi wao wanakuwa kana mipango ya kando.
Umeanza kuchoma sasa, utaamsha watu sana.
Utapatwa.
But that is the truth.
Unless we
Okay.
unless we mtu ako
Naona
kile kitu kitafanya mwanaume, I'm telling you the truth, kile kitu kitafanya mwanaume asikucheat, labda huyo mtu anaogopa Mungu sana, ama kama sio Mungu anaogopa, umemheshimu sana mpaka anaona yenyewe siwezi taka kukosea huyu demu. I'm telling you the truth. Yani there is the way you treat him, he feels like I am handled like a king, then he will make you a queen. I'm talking of good men. Lakini kuna wale hata uwafanyie nini ama uwafanyie nini wataenda.
So why put in the effort?
Can we kindly talk about this? Kuna this question, kuna mse amecomment hapa akasema, I think the director can put it there, dating, marriage and friendship are all contracts. I think we can tackle that.
MC amestuka na hiyo perspective. Tell us about men. Maana men hucheat sana.
kuna pahali umeniguza roho. Nini dating?
Siku hizi imekuwa ni contract.
Maybe what I can say about this is the main motive ya kudate is the one that dictates, is this thing for a contract or something of that sort. And this is where I say most of the time you will find people are debating, should I love with the mind or the heart? What should I engage? And in that perspective utapata kuwa msee na kuchukulia vile ulivyo. That's why people will definitely come on board and say that I will date you for 1 month. Nimejiwekea tu kwa mind simply because of what you are bringing on table. If you're going to be my boss for 5 years at the end of the day, and you're going to provide what I need for 5 years, or I'm going to be town A, like now, kesho labda naenda Afghanistan, I'll be in Afghanistan for 3 years or something of that sort. Na najua na nimejiambia kwa mind, whatever is leading me is what is cosmetic. It is not internal. It is not that I'm loving from the heart. I'm loving because of the situation. It is kind of a situation that is coming on board. That is why party utapata ni contract kind of engagement, and that is why utapata most of the celebrities, a topic maybe we need to handle some other time. Look at the celebrities and how they are handling their relationships, love lives and such. Unapata celeb, kwa sababu celeb ako juu tu, wanakuja wanafanya kikwitu, wanachukuana, wanaenda up to the apex. After 2 years or something of that sort, they come down, falling, all of them, and that becomes or else qualifies a contract. It is because we have forgotten fundamentally why we are supposed to be together. Tunakaa sisi wawili kwa nini? Kwa sababu ya tunapendana ama ni kwa sababu ya kile mtu analeta kwa meza? Kikisha kaput.
So basically what you're saying is that our foundation is wrong. The foundation of how relationships nowadays are working is very wrong. First, as a Christian, I think we need to base our relationships with God as a Christian. Because one thing, you will have the fear of God. There are some things, if you know, I can't do this to someone because I fear God. But nowadays, people don't even fear God anymore.
Siku hizi wamezoea, wanasema mwili mpya ni
proceed Nyox.
Yes.
Yeah, you see nowadays ni kama watu wamezoea hata wokovu. Even they are cheating when they are in the church.
Yeah, of course.
Unapata hata pastor mwenyewe ako na mpango wa kando na Sunday, okay, ni baraka. Wenye wanataka wenye wanataka the youth, you will find him on her, setting that seminars for the youths. And na maybe hata amechukua one of the ready from the youth, amekuwa mpango wa kando. So nowadays, I think things are totally different. Things are really totally different.
Why are things different?
Like,
is it that we have become so immoral, or sex has become so sweet?
Yeah, we have become very moral. I think I agree with you, Jeff. Immorality is very high in this generation.
Women have become so beautiful. But you see this cheating. This cheating is not just
mambo ya beautiful. You know, okay.
As
I said,
what is the contribution? Yes.
There is something I said earlier. Compared to now, to the economy in Kenya, economy si poa. So kila mtu ata grab the opportunity ya sapa akipata opportunity. If there is a single mama there, akona watoto na wanataka unga. So ataenda wapi? Hata kama okay, even if bwanake hana kazi, she has to go out.
You have to find something to blame.
We blame the economy. We blame Ruto. Taxes. No, by the way, on a very serious note, on a very serious note, we need to think of what are the contributing factors that nobody wants to be satisfied with one person. What are these contributing factors, and what should the society do? Because where are we heading to? Because as much we need to help each other, help one another. What are we supposed to do? What are people supposed to do so that they can be satisfied with one person? Because we need families. We don't want a husband with children or a man with children who are scattered all over the world.
Very true.
One child I don't know is where, another one is in Kisumu, another one is in kuna mwingine
watoto wanatoka nini wanakuja 50.
Anyway, I don't know how to put it, but we need to think what are contributing factors.
Personally, I'll also say that they say in statistics that in every 4 people one is always cheating. Sasa hapa naona tuko 4.
Tuko 5. Nani mwingine ameingia hapo?
we have Miss Elena.
Sasa naogopa. But I'll say that the issue of role models in the society is also very important, and role modeling starts from the family. Kitambo,
Yeah.
ungeenda kuongea na mzazi mambo ya sexuality, it was a hidden gem that they had a way of packaging it to make it relevant to you and to the generations to come in a very amicable way. But look at nowadays how we even rear our kids. Kila kitu tunafanya openly. Hata simu napatia mtoto, simu imejaa content that is not very flexible. I'm so conversant, or I'm so open with my kadadi na kamam. Yes, I want to talk about sexuality issues, but to what extent? Unapata mpaka mzazi anaruhusu mtoto wa class 6 ati ako na boyfriend aingie kwa nyumba ama akuja, why is your boyfriend or something of that sort. So we also need to look at that, model our young ones into role models that are amicable and also acceptable in the society. Mtu mwenye ako na morals, mtu mwenye unajua behavior zake, but if at all the morals of a model X anajulikana, at the end of the day it is from one homestead to another, each and every town anaenda lazima aache mbegu or something of that sort. Then at the end of the day, if that is the role model of these young ones, then at the end of the day we lose it, and we lose it completely, and that is why we'll always have a nightmare. Naona Nyox amefurahia hiyo maneno.
Can we hear, MC, can we hear Miss Elem, the new power? Miss A?
I'm trying to join with another gadget. Please
Okay,
proceed.
okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Nyox, I saw you smiling. Maybe you can tell us why were you smiling? Nini imekuguza?
I was just imagining a man having a mpango wa kando like watano hivyo, and when the man dies na alikuwa na pesa, wanaenda mazishi, wanapatana wote wakiwa kwa wives wote huko, hata
Na
hawajui girlfriend ni
wajuani,
nani. So
kuna
unaona
kutaka watu wanaaguka huko,
hawajuani.
watu wao wakienda kuchukua wanadhani ni auntie ama sijui ni one of the relatives, wakiangalia huyu sio auntie, huyu si hata
Things are really getting
hata wajai muona, wanasema
things
huyu
are
ni
really
nani anaaguka huko. Anyway,
things are really
but
getting out of hand. You know, we only need God. You know, things
but
for
MC,
everything to be good and to be stable.
Yes.
but also,
You know, we
I
really need God in this, and a lot of prayer needed.
yes, but
Because tell
also
me why a girl will imagine, msichana anatoka anaenda anasema ameenda kazi na anaenda kupatana na permanent, sijui ni permanent, sijui ni you know ni seasonal,
mbaba
alafu in a few minutes huyo mbabas, unasikia huyo mtu ashakufa. The other, you know, after a few minutes unamwona kwa news.
Yeah, we will discuss and see why people are being killed on as a specific topic.
It's unfortunate that we are really losing a young generation, all because of love and because of money, because of relationship. Mtu hataki kujua mtu ametoka wapi. You know, it's always good to know someone. Na mtu asipeana details zake zote. Because kuna
I wanted us
wanapatana online, wanapanga hata wedding online, you know.
MC, I wanted us also to look at it this way. Maybe we might say that nowadays people are so immoral than the former days or the older days. But remember our parents, they had the freedom to marry more than one. And like now, for instance, I don't know how to put it, but like if I say like now, my father had 4 wives. But for us, we are meant to believe in, okay, biblically, we are supposed to have one. So when you see people of our generation moving out, unasema huyo ni mbaya sana, ako so immoral. Lakini wale wazee wetu walikuwaga na wanawake kama 4 wengine 5. So nikiangalia nikimesha immorality, ile pia ni immorality kivyake. And this one is also immorality. So I don't know how you put it in perspective.
Yeah, I think there is always, I can say this, there is a thin line between traditional and modern. in terms of that behavior, as you have put it, in a way of immoral. Kwa sababu look at it from a positive or else modern perspective. Saa hizi kitambo ulikuwa unaruhusiwa una marry 2, 3, 4, 5 wives, but nowadays jaribu kuintroduce your topic kwa your wife that I'm bringing somebody else home. It's either you do that and she also does that at the back of your mind. Alternatively, if you do that and she catches you, then at the end of the day issues divorce come on board and such. And for me, I think ni vizuri tujue what is it that we need to carry from the forefathers. Ni nini hiyo ilikuwa ina nini? And for me, I'll say this. It is good to look at it tujiulize. Is marrying 2 wives, 3 wives, 4 wives going to help this society that we are in? And as much as you marry in the modern way, kwa sababu kulikuwa na hizo restrictions, umeoa wanne, kama unaleta watano, kulikuwa na hiyo method and how you bring that person on board. Lakini nowadays utaoa wa pili, nini itakuruhusu usioe watatu, wanne, watano and such? So at the end of the day zote ni the same, but now we need to maybe look at what is it that we need to carry from ile maisha ya kitambo at the end of the day na tuilete on modern. In a quick fix nitasema pia about the modern families. I think we need also to accept that we marry or we date somebody and we date the career one is doing. Nikukubali na nikubali ile career unafanya, because kuna watu ambao wanaitangwa pala wives, mtu mwenye haezi toka in the mix, in the picture or something of that sort. But ukumbuke pia kuna watu ambao wanaruhusu unaolewa, na sijui kama Nyoks anaweza kubali, unaolewa unaachwa mashamba, mzee akujange over the weekend ama anakuja once in a blue moon. What is going to happen in most cases? It will be a disoriented kind of engagement, and it will still put a dilemma in this, because everything nowadays we are doing is so much sexual. Everything has a sexual aspect. I think they say, I think in psychology, in every 60 minutes one must have some impulses of thinking sexual or something of that sort. Pastor unisamehe kwa kusema hivyo, but at the same time, yeah, how can you maybe sustain when you have a family? Wewe uko Nairobi, bibi yako Mombasa, mnakaa mwezi moja bila kuonana, yet where you work, the environment you work and such kind of things, there are ladies there, there are issues that you emanate on such kind of things, so it becomes also a major issue from my own perspective.
So you think, MC, a woman or a man cannot wait for a month or 2 months? Because some people are far away, some people are far away. Other people are in different countries.
Ati hebu rudi hapo, 1 month ama 2 months, hiyo naona kama ni mbali. 1 month.
Other people
unaona Nyoks amekataa.
No way.
Nyoks anaweza kuvumilia. Anyway, let's
No way. Hapana. As for me, you cannot give me the house at unaenda.
Nyoks umekataa.
Ati hapo unaniacha ati nikiwa
Nyoks. Nyoks amekataa kabisa. I know. But you see, there are people who have long distance relationships. Because exactly. Right now, for instance, you have gotten a good job and you have to go, maybe to go to Dubai, and you are going to work for your wife and your children. If somebody values your marriage, can try to tighten the belt and say, I'm going to wait for him. I'll try my level best. I know it's not easy. You keep yourself busy and you pray, you know? MC amekataa hii kitu.
Voice of the innocent anasema, guys, we wait for more than 3 months. Yeah?
Let's hear this guy from Canada. How are you, sir? Tell us something.
His microphone is out.
Yeah, you are muted.
Yeah, I think now I'm unmuted. Thank you, everyone. Jesse, Maggie, Mthoni. It's good to join in and Jeff and the host. It's good to have this conversation because it's a conversation that we hardly talk about, because we are usually shy to talk about relationship and sex and all that. So It's a good platform that you have put out here for us to discuss. I just wanted to recap a few things that you were discussing about, and I think it's Jesse was talking about the modern parenting, whereby your daughter shows up with a boyfriend, and then you allow. I think this is something that when you get to that stage of parenting, you start realizing that it is better you know what your child does than not knowing at all what they do. uh, but that means you have to still continue talking to them and show them the essence of them waiting to at the right age. But now, based on the food that we eat, what we watch, the electronic gadgets at the palm of our hands, these things are at their disposal.
So
And
before you proceed, Bise, what should we eat and what should we not eat? And how is
What
that
is different in the food?
contributing to
There is
yeah,
something in the food.
yeah,
there
yeah,
is
of
something in
course.
the food?
Yeah,
Or
of course. That's why the conversation you guys are having, that it's very difficult to wait for about a month or a year to have sex. Our parents used to wait because they ate organic food.
okay.
The food nowadays that we eat, they are they are they are some of the they are enablers of wanting to have sex, every
And
other
you give
time.
examples of this food.
I might not know,
Why do you want to?
It's very important.
but ideally, what I'm saying is that the food that we eat, like the fast food and all that,
Yeah.
they kind of
And
activate
sodas.
certain, yeah, they kind of activate, certain hormones in our body to be wanting to have or make love all the time. But there's also the issue of modern wives. Modern wives are untrained. They have not gone through, or they have not had the opportunity to sit with their their old aunties, their grannies, and the people who have gone through marriage, the experience they have gone through marriage, and stuff like that. Nowadays, you're born in town in Nairobi, you grow in Nairobi, you move to Australia or US or Mombasa
Germany.
or Germany, and then you start live. You're even shocked to start live with another same untrained man who will have the same challenge or shortcomings like you. So you are guessing, and there is this ideal marriage that every one of us think that a perfect marriage is that, like of Smith, Will Smith, or that of Angelina Jolie. So we end up trying to live an imagined or exaggerated good looking or marriage, and we get problems with that. And they say women nowadays have a slogan that what a man can do, a woman can do better. you know so if a man is cheating, a woman can cheat better. you know and
Listen.
this is also the making of women as well, sorry, of men, because men for the longest underestimated women. And
Yeah.
women have come out of the position of kitchen where they were perceived to be.
Mm-hmm.
Women were not empowered before. And
Yeah.
so men assume that if you are married, your work is to be in kitchen, to serve a man, and to basically they were a commodity. And because of that, they put women now in a position where they are compensating, but they are overcompensating on the other end, and men are in denial.
Can
At
we have
last,
a 1 minute? Can we have 1 minute break?
No. 1 minute
And
before we
then
go
when
on
we
break,
come
there's
back,
somebody who
we
is,
have 5 minutes and we wind up.
yeah, we wind up. Yeah, and there's somebody with an echo. I don't know who is listening to two gadgets. Is it you, Misa? Or who is that?
Might
Is it
be
you, Maggie? There is an echo of some sort.
yeah, let's go for a break.
Yeah, once we come back, we are in for 5 minutes. Then we
wind up.
close up. So we should all think of closing remarks, and then we come back and close. And back. We are back. So every one of us should have a closing remark, and then we end the show. We have had a very good time. We've even exceeded our time, but it's good to be here. It shows that we have a lot to give to our viewers today and the coming Fridays. So if you're there and you're watching us, tune in every Friday and you will get more and much more of this information we are giving. Thank you for all those people who are commenting. I don't know if we can read a few comments as you all think of something to wind up with. Voice of the Innocent is saying, basically, this is just a belief that we can wait many days. We can't wait many days without sex. Yeah, I think it's just a belief. As much as Miss, his name is, yeah, is saying that there are certain foods that we eat that are making us do that. I think it's still something of we've put it in our minds that we can't do that. That's just my own opinion. And voice of the Mboro, nothing line like respect so much. Men would not cheat only if ameokoka sana or hana pesa, period. I don't know if you guys understand that. What happens when you pay dowry further down, the girl changes, like won't lift a finger, and the character goes down. Hill won't even do anything around the house. Somebody is saying that the wife becomes lazy once the dowry is paid. That's what I'm getting. I don't know why that changes. We need to look after ourselves and lives. Never have fun for a second, then lose your life for nothing. That is true. Like we had spoken earlier. Goodia is also saying dating, marriage, and friendships are all contracts. We tackled that. So I think that's it with the comments. Maggie, maybe you can go first with your last remark as we wind up.
Okay, just to big up to all our fans and to tell them thank you for tuning in. If maybe you have a question concerning relationship, marriage, or maybe dating, just post it on our Facebook page, Twitter, or even on YouTube, and we will tackle it. It was a pleasure working with you guys. Thank you.
Just one moment, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being part of this as usual. Hii inakuanga show fiti ambayo imeanza na this lovely and able gentlemen and ladies. Kuna request tu hapo behind the tent nimeambiwa niwaongeze 30 minutes so I'm only doing that because ni request. So for the sake of you guys, tutaongezea hizo nusu saa alafu maswali yatakam. I'll be posting the questions here and then we can try to tackle so that at least, because ni show ya kwanza leo tutawafanyia that courtesy ya kuwapea additional time. So to our viewers, you still have an opportunity to do that. Send in your question hapo kwa comment section. Tutakuwa na hawa jamaa wamejitwika njuga kulingamua hilo swala. I'm sure amejiweza na kuambia zile answers zitatoka hapa, wacha tu Muthoni as well. I'm sure they'll do a good job. Messi, nakwambia, this guy, acha tu. And Mboro is tumemzoea politics na sometimes chat, na ni kama hizi story pia za mapenzi kuna venye.
Anabambika sana.
All right.
Aye.
So our viewers, due to public demand, I open for questions, and equally, someone is requesting to join. You guys, I don't know. I'll add only two, and then we try to see one or three more issues. Alafu 30 to 45, and then tutarap. Ya leo tumeifanya tu kwa sababu ni ya kwanza, the other ones tutakuwa tuna keep time. Of course pia tulichelewa kidogo, samahani sana wa viewers, but hey, hii ni kwa sababu yako. All right, so Muthoni, I give it back to you.
Okay, thank you so much. I don't know where Jesse has gone, so Maggie, you should retract your words. You're not closing the show. So yes, you can give us more, as you were saying.
Okay.
Before we were closing,
We will go
and
back to
Mise was saying something and he didn't finish, so maybe he can conclude on what he was saying. Mise, if you can hear me.
Yeah, that's why it's important to have ladies talk to men. Men sometimes are very unceremonious. So what I was saying is what we eat, how we dress, because men, we have to go back and investigate the brain of a man and the brain of a woman. The brain of a man is visual. The brain of a woman is emotional. What you tell a woman is what will turn her on. But as men, every time we are turning on our social medias, you will find that you wake up, you're turning on your timeline, a naked woman. You know what comes to your mind? You know, I think it's yesterday. I was sitting and my son was next to me, and then I went to TikTok, and the first thing I heard is that when you're sleeping with a woman, and I quickly, when I was trying to change, and then my son told me, "Dad, it's okay, I heard it." So,
don't bother to cross.
And my daughter was sitting across, and I acted like nothing was happening. But you know, now these are the morals that have been eroded. People don't care, and this actually came from the media industry. They have used the woman body for monetization, for advertisement. So, and now women have accepted the condition. They have now come out themselves doing it without voluntarily, without being asked. And that's why we're having challenges where we are always thinking about sex everywhere. I think we have to go to that pastor who said garine tuatua, you know, kwa sitting room tuatua. I think it's just come to us, and so
it has become a reality.
Yeah, it has become a reality. So it is the monetization of women body. I think somewhere, I think in 2012, I studied something women. I did women studies, and they were talking about a woman body is like a bunny. So they were using a bunny to symbolize a woman's body, and I thought I didn't see it. You know, I didn't conceptualize it until now. Every time when I'm opening now, like my Facebook, I have to look around if there is my daughter around or there's my son around, because I might be surprised with a naked woman. So I think it's also important that parents now, we need to go back to our tradition, our cultures, and try to teach our children on how they should carry themselves. I think it's important that we do that.
Okay, that's good. There is someone here with an interesting comment. Mwangi Mudama is asking, do women even believe in marriage? Mwangi.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. And I'm speaking on behalf of women. I and Maggie believe in marriage.
We believe in
actually
marriage.
Most women, if you ask them, they really would like to have a family.
Exactly.
A family of a father, mother, and children. I know that is changing with how times are going. I don't know how we are going to do it as Africans and as Kenyans, but we believe in marriage. Hawa siku
Ati
hizi ni
hawa
kukula
siku hizi
fea.
ni kukula fea.
Yeah, watakula fea
Not
because
not
their
everyone.
intention is different. Yes,
Not
Maggie?
everyone, because not everyone. As you hear, even the Bible says they are remnants. They
So
are
Nyox,
remnants.
Nyox ukuri fair.
Ukinipatia nitakula. Ukinipea nitakula. Lakini by the way, I'm just
I thought you
me
were among
personally.
the remnants. Let me not make it personal.
You're being too
Okay,
personal.
they
Ukule
are
mpaka
remnants.
fea
Right?
mpaka ya ndege. Woi.
As what I'm saying, there are people who are really willing to have that beautiful family. So see what wakukura fare, by the way. Not all of them are eating that fare, are using that fare. Not all of them. Lakini wewe
So
mwanaume, mbona upasia msichana
hata
pesa umwambia ni za
hata
fare,
wanaume
alafu
hukulanga fea, hata wanaume hukula fea siku hizi.
Mise, can you give us that perspective of men eating fair?
Yeah, because men nowadays are even the worst. Women were perceived to be weak and to be provided for. That's how we grew up. That's how our parents knew that the provider of the family is the man, or the head of the family is the man. And men, therefore, had to work hard to provide. But nowadays, we have lazy men who don't want to work, and they want good life, and that's why now they live in the gym to look good, to have a 7-pack or 1-pack or 3-pack, so that they will appeal to women. And then now that the women also have money and they can get whatever they want, they can now cherry pick the kind of a man they want. They can now afford such lazy men or boys who do not want to own up to be men. Regardless of how much money a woman has, the man still remains the head of the family, and you still remain to be the provider, no matter how much a woman has. She can complement whatever that is needed, but at the same time, that does not mean that you shouldn't man up and provide leadership in the family. And leadership doesn't just mean to give instructions, but it also has the financial implication.
There is
Yes,
this other
yes.
question, please.
That's-
Mr. Mboro, you can tackle it.
Uh,
What are some ways a woman is not praying with you and taking you for a ride? Mr. Mboro, maybe you can
you
answer
are a
that.
woman. I think you should be the one telling us how we can know when you are
What are
serious
some
and when
ways
you are
a
joking.
woman is not
Now
praying
you
with
are
you
giving
and
me a question that is
taking you
meant for
for a
women.
ride?
And
Man,
I think
that's
that is simple.
supposed.
That is
And
simple. You can always
children.
know. I'm saying that is very simple. You can always tell when somebody is the fact that you're thinking that someone is taking you for a ride, they are indeed taking you for a ride. Because
But
if they were not taking you
yes.
for a ride,
and
you
you
would
know
know.
yeah,
Number one,
and that's how
number one. What I like about men are critical thinkers. Men, they don't think with their hearts. They think with their brains. So if you are playing around with a man, he will know. He will definitely know. Anajua hii hakuna mahali tuna. And a man will stay with you. In most cases, a man will stay with you even if he knows that this one is not very serious with me. Ni ile wanasema hii kuna ya kuchinja na ya kulea. So a man can decide, okay, this one is not serious, but because I want her, I'll stay with her that way. But for a season. Those are men. Men hapa kwa mambo ya kufikiria wanafikiriaga sana, watajua haraka sana. The other thing is that ukiona msichana kila wakati anakuambia, mkiongea kidogo anakuambia nataka hii, nitumie hii. Most of the time hao watu wenye wanakukimbiza sana na mambo ya pesa, ni pesa tu anataka, sio ati yako serious. Mtu mwenye serious anataka muoane, hata huwa anagojea kidogo aone kama wewe utafikiria kumsupport. So if you see somebody who is material oriented most of the time, anajuaga hata akiniacha sijali, chenye atakinipatia saa hii ndio ninataka, hana shughuli na maisha ya hapa.
Ndegwa looks like he wants to say something.
For me, I think it is very hard in the modern world to know who is serious and who is not serious. We have adapted the era of camouflaging, whereby I will be as good as possible, bora tu nipate kile napata, na nikipata mimi huyo nimechomoka. So it is very difficult kujua mtu wa kukaa na yule wa kutoka. The only thing is now what you put into your mind, and I will
tunampoteza.
Amehang. Sasa na hapo ndipo nasema kuna watu huwa wanasema usipatie mtu moyo, roho yako yote. Is it possible? Kuna moyo wako nusu, quarter, three quarter.
In fact, Sima, kuna possible unajipatanga, by the way. You just find yourself.
But that shows that you're not in that relationship. If you unajipatiana nusu, ndio huwezi but I don't know, that is a
Mdhoni huwezi ukajipatia na sisi wanaume Mburu hatufikiriangi na kichwa, we think with the third leg. So when we have that's because that's why we are emotional. You find a woman like this, like Mudhoni, like Nyox, you don't think. And the thing is, we don't know until, and women are very good. You can live with a woman for many years. Now she knows what she wants and she can live without you and pretend. You know, if there are women, do you know, just imagine, women can even sleep with a man who is so ugly, but to get what they want. But watavumilia tu, lakini
unatuonea sana.
Hapana. So it's very difficult to know. And also, one more last thing is, it's very difficult, Mburu. Kuna women who know what they want. And more often, watu wanafikiria they are materialistic. Anajua anahitaji pesa, atakuomba pesa. You know? So there are more people misconstrue these personalities. They know if they want sex, they will say, anataka sex, which is most unlikely from an African perspective to come from a woman. So such women sometimes are misconstrued or labeled to be materialistic or oriented.
So the question we should pose, is it okay for a woman to ask for a man? Maybe you are attracted to a guy. Is it okay for you to tell that guy, do you know what? I feel something about you. Or is it okay for a woman to approach?
Yes.
And now, is it also okay for a woman to be the first one to say that I want sex?
Yes,
so
of course.
As a pastor, yes. Are you talking as a pastor or generally how it is?
No,
because nowadays
people
are really...
No, I'm just posing a question to the panelists.
because nowadays people are asking. Yeah. People nowadays are asking. They don't fear saying what they want. That is the modern woman. They will come and say, I want sex, I want this, I want you, I want this. And they're not scared. And like the earlier days, it was hard for a woman to say that.
Why should they be scared? Like, what did actually...
And how do men respond? You see, I would like to hear women saying...
Most men are scared.
Because myself, when I was growing up, or I was a little bit younger, when women would have courage, and I would notice, okay, sometimes women don't tell you, but they show you. And some of them, they will show you almost directly that I want you. What used to happen, I used to be scared so much of somebody who is having the guts to ask me or to show me that I truly want you, Geoffrey. I would even think maybe there is something wrong with her, or even, I don't know. But nowadays, for me, I don't have any problem. I don't see it as a big deal because that is the order of the day. Today, women, I don't know whether maybe Misa will tell us, maybe you have done your research or somebody here. Nowadays, I think women are even more than men. So if you waste the time and maybe you have something to do with him, you'll be taken by another. Utakuta ameenda.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but still kuna hiyo uoga pastor, kuna hiyo uoga ya
nilikuwa naogopa sana nikiona mwanamke akona guts za kudile.
That is true. I remember when I came here, I was looking for accommodation, and I was referred to this lady, and she asked me, "Are you married?" And I said yes, and they said, "Huyo ni wa Kenya." Sasa na kuna mwingine wa hapa. So that in itself made me to run, because I felt like I've met you the first day we are having this conversation. As a man, as an African man, I ran, but now it is normal for a woman to have that conversation, because if you're not having a conversation about that, and this is someone that you're seeing or someone who wants you, it is okay for them to initiate the conversation. After all, after you stay with this person, you will know their character. Their character is not defined within one day or the time that you have met them. So you need to give them a chance. I think Mr. G is waiting, and I don't know what he.
Mr. G.
Yes, sir. How are you?
We are good.
Fine.
Go ahead, tell us something about this field of love. I know you have been waiting for this show.
No, I just came in. I don't know if you are the one or it was the other guy, the visitor. When you are talking about somebody hawezi kaa wiki moja, hawezi kaa mwezi moja bila sex in the house.
All these people agreed that hiyo mambo ni gumu sana kukaa miezi.
Oh, me,
so
I didn't.
I just came in. I just came in to disapprove you. Yeah, I just came in to disapprove you guys.
Yes.
There's a comment that I sent. I'm the innocent. There's a comment that I sent ambao Mudoni hakuelewa. Ile ambao nilisema kuwa there's nothing like respect. Nilisema kuwa wanaume huwa wana cheat only if ameokoka sana, ama mwanaume huwa hacheat if ameokoka sana ama kama hana pesa. Ikiwa ako na pesa, hata kama ameokoka atacheat. That is what I was trying to say. But I came in to disapprove you guys because I am married. I'm married and my wife is here. Naongea akiwa nasikia. We always tunaweza maza hata 1 month. Tunaweza maza hata 1 month bila that sex. Tunaweza maza hata even 1 week without that sex. We can go 2 weeks without sex. And she's here. Anasikia. So I just came in to disapprove you guys. See, lazima iwe sex kila wakati.
It's true. It's true. It's possible. That I agree with you, Mr. G.
But Mudoni, the
you want to
fact
see
that they can stay does not necessarily mean it's right.
What?
I'm saying the fact that you can stay does not necessarily mean that it's okay for both. It could be sexual starvation, So because
but I'm asking Miss
let us,
for instance, if now you are working in Canada and your wife is in Kenya, so you're having sex there and she's having sex at home, or what do you mean by that? Because if you have agreed, you're in the what of marriage, you are married, I don't see why you should break it because people are in different places.
You see,
that's an agreement.
You see what Mr. G is saying is different from what you're saying. What you're saying is Mr. G. No, let me not use this Mr. G, but I'm saying in a marriage setup where you have you geographically you are advantaged. You should have it. There shouldn't be anything or any hindrance.
Have it as much as possible.
Yeah, to have as much as you can. It's healthy even for a man from prostate cancer, because it is good to have and enjoy. Sex is beautiful, but sometimes circumstances, depending, unaweza kuwa kuna watoto wadogo, unaweza kuwa umechoka, the nature of your work, there's other things that fatigue. There are many other things that can be an hindrance. But on a regular day, on a good day, and if
you're okay, all factors held constant.
Yeah, and you talk about it, you should also be talking about sex. It's also talking about it, preparing during the day, because if you don't use it, you will lose it. the more the if you don't use it, the more you drift away on a regular day. But on a situation where circumstances geographically has separated you, it's advisable, even though usually it's not it's not possible. It's advisable to keep marriage, holy. It's a holy thing. That's how.
Yes.
That's how the Bible says.
So I wanted us to go back to Mr.
Unfortunately, with this coldness and the food and the stress and all that, you find yourself bundling up.
In
So that's what
Canada.
I wanted to say.
Okay, in Australia. Okay. So, Mr. G, have we answered your question?
Who is having that song, please? Yeah. Good. Now, Mr. G, do you abstain after agreement, or just one person just decides I don't want? Because it can happen that one person may be wanted and the other person doesn't want. Or how should people agree whether to have or not to have sex in marriage? Maybe Mr. G, you can help us because you are there. And do you have to agree, or you just tell the other person, wewe wacha kunisubua, sijisikii?
Sometimes you have to agree, but for me we don't agree. Sometimes tunaketi tu Shisia uba ataki kuonekana, but sometimes tunakaa hata wiki mzima without sex. It's not that we talk kama we do anything, no. We just sleep. Ni vile hataki kuonekana kwa kamera, but Shisia.
Yeah, because Mr. G, don't put her on the spot.
So what I was saying is not that unajua nimesikia mimi ukiongea siji sometimes maybe unaweza kwa maybe somebody is sick ama nini. It's not that we are sick, no. We just stay. Na tunakata mwezi mzima bila shida yote. Na it's not that we are discussing sija nini, no.
For the body to regain the energy.
Ati?
Well, Mr. G, I think you misunderstood me. What I was saying is that it's not about sickness. Yes, can be an issue, but sometimes unaweza kuwa unanyimwa, hujafanya vile, hujaosha nguo, hujaosha vyombo, you've not helped on some certain chores and some few things. But ideally, you need to talk about it. You need to talk about it.
Unaweza kuwa umenyimwa.
Yeah, it's important.
By the way, it happens.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's it's a wide topic. People can discuss it in different angles, and it's also a very sensitive topic because sex touches emotions. It touches the deepest part of the heart. So it's something that people really need to handle it with a lot of care. When you are deciding that I'm not having sex, you should think of what if she want it or he want it. Think about the other person. Because we say the moment you are married, that body does not belong to you again. Your body now belongs to the other person, and and the vice versa. So Nyox, are you still there? So I don't know how many minutes we have. Now I wanted to say this. Somebody we were saying about children. They are starting engagement or relationships when they are very, very young, or they know everything. When they are even in the nursery school. A child can't, especially here in America, you think you're hiding anything. They know everything. And somebody said, maybe a child is in class 6 and they come in the house with their boyfriends or girlfriends, and they are not afraid of telling you, Daddy, this is my boyfriend, this is my girlfriend. And you don't know even how to behave or how to tell her it is not wrong, because after all the peers they have, everybody else around them have boyfriends, they are talking of their girlfriends, and it's not a big deal for them. So it's a matter of how do you now decide to understand your child and the environment in which they are growing in, and now know how to advise that child that, yes, it's okay, you can have him. Because nowadays, I would appreciate if my daughter brings a boyfriend than if she comes with another girl and says, this is now my girlfriend. whom we are having a relationship with, because it happens. On the issue of, I'm trying to wind up, on the issue of people not being able to stay for a long time without sex, and maybe your partner is in a different country or in a different county because of the hassles. People are working in different places. I would say people should try as much as possible. If you're within the same country, try as much as possible to stay with your spouse. It's very important. Stay with your wife there. Stay with your husband there, because that is what it was meant to be. When God was creating people, he was creating it that way, that you and your husband be in the same place, in the same house. That's how it's supposed to be. But if circumstances force you not to be together, then have self-control. Keep on talking with the other person. Have those sweet conversations and texts through the phone. Talk, have deep conversations. Show the other person love until they're able to wait for you. So I think that's very, 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 very important. Nyox, give us your final remarks,
Yes.
then Mr. Then we wind up.
Yeah, as what you're saying, it is very, very, very important to know your partner. There are some of us ladies, I think we are very, very much open. When we need something, we need it. So if it's that hardship, if we need it, we need it.
Just call it as it is. Don't worry. Anyway,
Yeah,
it's okay.
it
Proceed.
is hardship.
Yes.
When we need it, we need
Proceed.
it, we need it.
Yes.
So it's always good to have discussion and to avoid hii mambo ya kutoka nje ya ndoa. It's always good to have a discussion, and even before people get married in a relationship, let's be open and tell each other, this is what I love. Napenda hii sana. After 30 seconds, after 20 minutes, just be open to that someone, because marriage is a lifetime. Marriage is a lifetime, and kila mtu, when you decide to get married, it means that you are so much ready, and you are ready to face the consequences. So uh,
And
yeah, you are ready to face the consequences. So
Mr.
sometimes,
hakusikia hiyo.
aje,
I think Mr. hakusikia hiyo ya consequences.
by the way, that's very true.
Yes,
Everything
I hear you.
zinakujanga na,
We hear you. Mhm.
you know So it's always good to have a conversation, a friendly conversation. Make your wife, make your partner a friend. You cannot just, as the Bible says, that two cannot walk together unless they are in agreement. So you have to agree. Unamwambia mi napenda kukula sana, na kama ni chapo mi nakulanga 10. Be real. Don't pretend, don't fake, because when you get married, ama mkienda kukaa pamoja, utaanza kuona tu behavior weird, na uanze kujiuliza, kwa nini sikuona hii when I was dating this person? Why did I rush? You start regretting, and you start advising other people out there and telling them, hapana, marriage does not work, made msiolewe, and that why unaona wengine wanaenda up kwa wababas, because kuna msee fulani hapo alimdiscourage. Unajua mzee wangu anakulanga chapo 5 na mimi tukichukuana when we were dating or when we were in a relationship, tulikuwa tunaenda to have a cup of tea, ana take one mandazi. Nowadays, you know
The true colors. I understand what you're saying.
yeah, true
Yeah,
colors. You have to,
people hide characters. They want to appear good
but
because they have fear that if I show who I am, Nyox will run away.
exactly.
But you better be yourself and be that person that you be even in the house.
Mm,
You know, and sometimes, and it's both parties, not just men. A woman can hide character or
mm.
habit. A
True,
man
that
can
is.
hide. Some people are very tough, but
Mm,
when you are dating, they are like angels. Wait until you marry them. They are like
exactly.
It's like you married a lion.
On a
Or
devil.
a lion.
Hadi anakuchapa, my friend.
Anatoa macho. Ukiingia kwa nyumba unaanza kusikia sauti ukiwa kwa mlango. Makelele imeanza. Ama bwana pia ni wale wa kufoka. Command. I mean,
Exactly.
unasema is this really mwenye alikuwa ananiongelesha kwa sauti ya upendo? Imagine mwanaume wakati mise anajua wakati unataka kuigiza dem box. Mpaka unapaga maneno hata sauti. Lenye utamwangalia.
Zinaitwa mistari.
You know? Sasa baadaye anaanza kusema na siku hizi umechange, hata uniongeleshaji vile ulikuwa unaniongelesha. Okay, ninajua things change because responsibility pia zinakuwa nyingi, but if you are not hiding your character, huyo mtu ata appreciate who you are. Kuna mtu atakupenda, like some people are tough, maybe Mr. looks polite and quiet. Jeff is this outspoken extra, we call them extroverts. Ataongea kila kitu, labda Mr. atafugia mambo ingine. Kuna mwingine atakodoa macho lakini pia hana ubaya. So ili mtu ukiona huyo sio mwenye nataka, unajiondoa wakati kabla, before you get married. I know
when you see that red flag, ukiona kuna tu red flag.
Hiyo
before you commit, you commit marriage.
Hiyo kuna red flag yenye ni red flag kwa mise, lakini kwangu niko sawa because maybe niko na stamina. Unajua? Na tunasema hata chui ana mkwe. Kila mtu ako na mtu wake. So ukikaa ukiangalia one huyu si wangu na ukaangalia wako. I mean, kuna character. There is what we look for. Compatibility. Are you compatible? Can you people stay together? Are you able to reason together? Ukiona you are not reasoning with someone, there hakuna doa. There are people with no voice of reason. Utajaribu kumwambia hii ni simu, anakuambia hapana ni kompyuta. Na unajaribu kumwambia kabisa ni simu, anasema hapana. Kuna doa ziko hivyo. Mtaargue about kikombe na sahani, na uga na shukari na chumvi. I mean, petty. Na inasumbua kabisa. Na hamtawahi kuwa na amani because you are not compatible. Compatibility is very, very important. So what you said about not hiding character, I'm telling you, I normally tell people, you better break a relationship than break a marriage after you have really invested. Umeinvest kwa maisha, mumepata mpaka watoto. Alafu sasa baadaye mnasema, wewe sio kama wewe nilikuwa natafuta, sikuwa nataka mtu kama wewe.
Nakwambia, I wish I knew. But ningeolewa na yule kijana alikuwa na nini, alikuwa na
anaanza kukukompea na and that's by the way another big mistake. Usikawai compare watu. Kila mtu ako na strengths zake na weaknesses. Na you different. Get a perfect person. You know, people look for Mr. Right. They look for that perfect woman. Unataka mtu mwenye ukitafuta dosari hana. Hakuna mwenye ako na bibi hapa ama bwana hapa ama boyfriend mwenye hana dosari, mwenye hana weaknesses, uje utuambie. So what do we do? If we love one another, tutakuwa na patient, we shall rectify one another with love.
Let Christ be the center of everything.
I almost spoke Kikuyu. I said, I mean, how do you say it? How are you telling the other person that you are wrong? That this is not what I like? It's
correct with love.
How? Does he feel love in what you are saying? Ama unafoka na ukimuonyesha yeye hawezi na hajijui na hata, I mean, you lower the esteem, the self-esteem. I have finished. Sitaongeza kitu ingine. Mise, final remarks.
I think there's something Nyoks alikuwa anataka kusema in between. Okay. So
nilikuwa nasema nilikuwa even when you discuss, let Christ be the center of your marriage. even the relationship. Si kuanza tu ati juu umeona mtu fulani mmepatana, someone is single, the other person is single, then mnaanza, involve God in everything that you're doing. And actually, when Christ is everywhere, when Christ is the foundation of everything, hakunanga mambo mingi, everything goes well.
Should people pray? Anyway,
By having that,
I don't want to open another discussion.
I
Unajua
know
kichwa
that's
yangu
what you wanted to
inafikiria
say.
haraka sana. Lisa,
I
can
can
you
hear
write
you,
out?
Mr. Mboro.
Yes.
Sorry?
Unajua umeleta the biblical perspective. Sasa nilikuwa nataka kuuliza, kuna mtu alikuwa anauliza should people pray before sex or after?
Kuna wengine nilisikia huwa kwanza wanaomba na wengine they don't. It all depends with someone. It
Lakini
depends.
Mise labda atatuambia kwa sababu anyway, sitaki kufungua hiyo debate saa hii ni kubwa. We shall talk about it next time. Mise, can you close this debate?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is good. I think also social media has contributed to greatly to the breaking of marriages, because now during our time, it was, you could wait, because at least you could wait, because it was there was no electronics, there was nothing. I remember if you were away from home, you could only use Skype, or Yahoo, or Hotmail during those days, and people had to go to a cyber, and in the cyber, you couldn't tell people to show you anything apart from your face. So nowadays it's different, because you have your gadget, you can go with it anywhere. It is at the palm of your hands, and even when you are in bed with your partners, you're still scrolling down, and this is a distraction from
People
marriage.
should have rules.
Yeah, and so I think having a marriage is a beautiful thing. Having a family is a good thing, and we should
Yes.
strive to keep it no matter what. Tunavumiliwa sana wengine. Kuna wale wengine, unaona ile wimbo imesema sisi ndio wale tumesaidiwa na Mungu. Some of us in marriage, that's who we are, because we have partners who have endured, who have learned and known what our weaknesses are, and they can, chime in with us, and still be there for you. There's also an issue of how you see. You should also be flexible in the sense that when you're marrying someone, and I think you mentioned about it, you find, like personally, when I was married, I think I was very organized until after I got into marriage, and I think I got very disorganized. So then would that be the reason why your partner should leave you, because now they realize that there's a red flag of lack of person organization? Some of the red flags, if they are not extreme, you can compromise, so that people can make a family. No one comes in into the marriage with perfection. We all come in as weak and imperfect, and we just have to balance our weaknesses and strengths to complement one another to make a functional family. But also, please understand that the number of women versus the number of men, women are growing over a period of time. The population is, I think the ratio used to be 1 to 10. Now I don't know if it's 1 to 20, but that is a challenge as well. That now women are many, men are not enough, cannot match or measure up And for that reason, women have now accepted the condition of remaining single, and they have given up on marriage. They will try once, wanasema nilijua tu haitakuwa. No, you have to fight, you have to work and protect your marriage. I think if my wife was to give up, I think she would have given up long time ago, and perhaps we wouldn't be married. But I think you have to look into the strengths of your partner, and look at the weaknesses and say, what am I going to keep and what am I going to compromise? And you cherish that will make you continue being together. Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much, Miss RM, Maggie Knox, and Annie, and MC Jesse, and Mr. G, and everybody else who has been in this show, Mr. Jakes, and all other people on the background there. Thank you for good work that you have done. We really, really appreciate. Marriage is something beautiful. Love is something good. Let us embrace it with our hearts and also try our level best to be nice to those that are nice to us. Thank you so much. Until we meet again next Friday, same time, same place. Thank you. We appreciate.
Join us every Friday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. for a captivating journey into the world of love, relationships, and romance. Presented by the dynamic trio Maggie Knox, MC Jesse, and Annie Oweru, Bed of Roses. Promises to be your weekly dose of heartwarming stories, insightful discussions, and expert advice on matters of the heart. Whether you're single, in a relationship, or simply love a good